and welcome. Sorry, just trying to get my camera at an angle where we can all see. Okay. Want to do a midweek check-in because this is a big week energetically for us all. And it's a powerful time, but oh boy, we are being asked to level up and mature and grow, and it's like we are at the finish line. We can see it, but we haven't quite crossed over that yet. And it's difficult for a lot of us because we can see the end, we can feel, we can see what it is that is going to be new for us. Yet all of these challenges keep flowing back in. That's been my experience. And I did check my birth chart just before I came live, and I was like, oh, I understand. I understand why last night and today were the way that they were. But wanted to just kind of check in with everybody else, see how you're doing. We do have some beautiful energies with Mars and Venus and the Sun conjunct, coming together, working together. Mercury's kind of working its way up in there too, all in Capricorn though. Not though. Hi, Dustin. And then we've got opposing Jupiter in Cancer, which is retrograde still, and that's still squaring Chiron. So there's where some of the challenges lie. But again, like I said, I looked at my own natal chart and I was like, oh, literally like 5 minutes ago, I'm like, oh, I understand completely what, and I already understood before because, I had an amazing last 2 days of heightened energy. I felt alive again. I felt invigorated. I felt inspired. And then like this new wave of this band of energy came in. For me, it was last night. Hi, Mads. Hi, Jess. Hi, Amy. I'll just let all you guys kind of come into the chat. Woo! We got a lot of energy that came in here all of a sudden. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So it's been really wavy. It's like we're really trying to dial in and tune into this new frequency that we are holding. Yet there's static, there are other opposing forces, let's just say, that really don't want us to wake up, because we will change. We will completely change the matrix. The more that we can hold our own frequency, hold that bandwidth, and believe in ourselves, believe in what it is that we came here to create and experience. Just so glad I could make this one. I've missed the last two with my new job. My schedule's crazy now. Oh, I'm so glad that you made it. I'm so glad. I was wondering, like, what happened to Jazz and Amy? But yeah, I also know that these lives are pretty spontaneous. So I was surprised that I had the energy and the inspiration to go live, because earlier today, I was just I was in a mood. I was very moody. And now I understand why, but I finally made myself go for a walk out at the lake, and the birds were speaking to me. I had owls during the day hooting at me through the forest, and then when I got to the lake, I had uncovered what it was that was like trying to get to me, and then my loved ones from the other side met with me. The sun came out. We have not had the sun shining here. I don't even remember the last time I really saw the sun for more than like 5 minutes at a time. It's been really cloudy and just for weeks. So I got out to the lake and all the clouds went away and the sun just beamed right down at me. And I started to receive messages. I started to come back into my natural frequency again. Oh. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. Feeling good over here. Life keeps throwing me curveballs, but have been standing in my strength and love. Same, Amy. Exactly. Same. And like I said, I had 2 days of just really like, oh, I'm back. I feel good. And then last night, this wave came in and really like tried pulling me in. And it was gnarly, actually. It was pretty nasty. And then I woke up this morning just kind of feeling like I had a cloud hanging over me, and you know, working through that with my own personal stuff. But finally, the birds. We're gonna start pulling from Divine Feather. The birds speaking to me. The goodbye. the lake, the nature brought me back, and the sun actually having sun rays on my face for more than 2 seconds was really nice. So I'm just gonna check in here. Let's see how everybody's doing. Energy has been crazy lately. Hope everyone is hanging in it. Yes, hang in there, everybody, because we're not out of the completion yet. We're not out of the year of the snake, and we're at the very end, the tail end of 2025's energy of completion. And that's the hardest one, because it feels like there's an opening. We're there, or just you get these breath of fresh air, like, I'm back, I feel better, I feel good, I feel confident. Stand strong. We'll be tested left and right, but we have that strength, and we have the power to really make a great change. I know it in my heart of hearts. And that's why there is so much that comes in to try to knock us off. And with each challenge builds more muscle, like going to the gym, builds more muscle, more strength to stand tall in our inner knowing, in our heart, in our truth, having a backbone. The bird, Dustin says, yes, the birds. I was just outside taking some leaves, and a hummingbird literally did a song and dance for me. I told him I loved him. Aw, and he was beautiful. And he actually repeated my words back to me. So sweet. Yeah, so it's been, what am I hearing? Hold steady. Hold steady. Whatever tries to bring you down, make sure you get right back up and don't fall for it, because this matrix is gnarly sometimes. And really, truly, when we are awakened to the truth, and we become awakened to more and more and more truth, it's an awkward place to be in the world, but not of it. But we're finding our sea legs after riding some massive waves, up and down, high highs, low lows. And it's important that we come together, we stick together, we band together. Yeah, I'll do a single card pull at the end here. Let's read into what messages they have for us all right now. We have the eagle. Wow. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. Yes, we are. Don't give up now, I'm hearing. For those of you who are like, I've had it. You know, we have those moments where I'm like, I quit, I'm done, I give up. You can't go back really anyway. You don't want to go back, but there are times where we fall back into victim consciousness. And that's the thing. The karmic loop, the karmic wheel keeps us there. Keeps us there from incarnation to incarnation through that victim, perpetrator, rescuer, savior triangle that we're talking about forever. And we're none of that. And this was one of the songs that played for me in my head when I got up to the lake and when the sun finally came out. I don't know if any of you have heard it. I'm not what happened to me. I'm who I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. My life transforms before my eyes. I'm not what happened to me. I'm who I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves, the story dies. That was the important one for me because some stuff from the past that I had so suppressed was trying to come up, and it needed to come up to be dissolved, and the story dies. It's not that it didn't happen, but you no longer have control over me. The past dissolves, the story dies, but only when we look our stuff in the mirror, look ourselves in the mirror, when we feel our stuff, when we allow our past to come to the surface for us to witness it and choose. It's always a choice. Do I want to hold on to this as a victim? Do I want to hold on to this and persecute someone? Do I want to hold on to this and cling to it as a victim, but go out and be a savior? None of that is going to help you or anybody else. So let's read what the eagle has to say to us. As you begin to soar with eagle, you are able to reach new levels of spiritual understanding, knowledge, and connection. The eagle feather indicates that a great spiritual awakening is happening, or that it is just on the horizon. The power and grace of eagle is a steady reminder that this call demands personal responsibility. As you begin to raise your vibration and perspective, it is important to notice what you see from this higher place. Use this vantage point to bring new visioning into your life. Hold on as eagle takes you to your highest point yet. Know that the divine energy of Great Spirit watches over eagle as well as you. This is big. This is powerful. And the eagle soars high, can see from a higher vantage point. It is part of the transformation of the Scorpio energy that resides within all of us. Scorpio transforms into eagle. Eagle's still a predator, though. Eventually, eagle then transforms into the phoenix once everything from the past dissolves, burns to the ground. the phoenix rises from the ashes as the soul, as the truth. This is where our power is. Amy says, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Yes. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, moderators. Because, yeah. You know, it can be, there's a lot of energy stirring around, right? Yeah, Scorpio is sometimes represented by eagles. Yep. Because it's part of the transformation. All right, so let's get into some more cards here. We always want to keep checking in with ourselves. Who is controlling your perception? Who or what is controlling your perception at any given time? If it is not your higher self, it's not your soul self, it is not coming from you and it's coming from outside sources, this is when you need to stop, take a breath. I saw something from Zach Bush last night on Instagram, something about the chemistry of the brain when we are met with a trigger or something that brings a strong emotion. The amygdala, which is in the frontal lobe, shoots instantly chemistry, cortisol, stress hormones through the body. And that scientifically lasts for only 7 seconds. But it's so intense that we humans will either hold on to it and either hold on to it and cling to it and go with it, or we try as hard as we can to numb and suppress and push it away. But if you can count to 7, take a deep breath, count to 7, let it rise and pass, you're going to have a lot more clarity. Not saying you're still not going to have emotion, but it's not going to be the intensity that is shot through the body, through the brain. Practice the pause, exactly. Jake Slates, what do orbs mean? Well, if you're seeing orbs, so here's the thing. We're all living in this dimension, in these bodies, where we can only see, not even, it's like less than 1% of the light of the actual stuff that's actually going on. Our physical eyes can only see about 1%. This is changing as the frequency on the planet is changing and we are being activated in our physical bodies. We are becoming more able to see more. And usually when you see orbs or like little twinkly, I had a client who was like, I went to the eye doctor because I keep seeing all these blinky things. I'm like, yeah, you have visitors. She goes, I know that now because my eyes are fine. We're getting glimpses of what is coming to visit, coming to try to get your attention. And usually in the orbs, it can be coming from the angelic field. It most likely is someone from your soul family, soul tribe, angelic beings, things like that will usually be presented in the form of an orb. And anybody else that has sees these things, feel free to chime in because I know I butcher these things. I can only speak from my own experience. Okay. Why do we go through spiritual awakenings? Well, and maybe it's the term that throws you off. Really, when we are born, we are already fully awake as babies, as infants, with our abilities, with knowing. We're not identified with a name, our body, with roles that we play, not until we get a little bit older. So we're very free. We are more in tune with our soul's essence, with our truth. But as time goes by and the system that we live in, we forget and we are indoctrinated. We are put it through society and school and religion and family programming and conditioning. They call it a program. And so we are given all this information and we are taught who we are, what everything is on earth, and a lot of it is a lie. When we get to a certain point in our journey, and it will show up in the birth chart for a lot of people, but there's a timing. There's a time in our evolution for each and every one of us where it's time to wake up. It's time to remember who you really are. Remember the truth. It's time to get in touch with the truth. And this is happening on a global scale massively, which my cat wants to come in, so bear with me. But yeah. So that's why, because we're actually waking up to the truth. We're no longer under the spell or hypnosis of the powers that want to have power and control over us. These beings who will, it's a very small select few, group, collective of people, beings that do not have the same soul power and essence that we do. So in order to gain control and money, it's through the mind. It's mind control. And I know I'm butchering a lot of that too. Let me let my cat in and I'll be right back. So, yeah. Dustin says, we awaken to the truth that we are eternal souls having a human physical experience. We awaken to this truth so that we can release fear and embrace love. Yes. In a nutshell, yes. Hello, everybody. All right, so let's see what messages want to come through for right now. Midweek check-in. What's going on within the collective right now? What's going on within the collective right now? Because when we really do tap into the true field of creation, quantum field, field of infinite possibilities, the collective field, we are able to create anything. It's just that we have so much distortion in the mind and our energetic field, and we are just recreating things from the past or things that have been taught to us, conditioned through, lifetimes and lifetimes of fear. Fear is a big way to control people. So that we stay in line, we stay in a box. Okay, so what's going on within the collective right now? Do you want to give me anything else? We have the Eight of Materials. Okay. Okay. And it's very interesting because we do have all this Capricorn energy going on right now, which is Earth. It is what we can create in this solid state, in this manifested form. But the energy of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, and a lot of times falls into the indoctrination of like how you're supposed to do things. Stay in line. It must be this way. And I'm not saying it's good or bad or anything, but okay, so we've got all Earth here on the board here. We have the Eight of Materials, which is speaking of multitasking, having too many balls in the air, really trying to keep up with everything. And most likely there has been pressure put on, I've been feeling it too, especially after the holidays, to maybe work harder, produce more. Maybe it's not production for some, but it's definitely the energy of multitasking, doing too much at once instead of being really present and just keeping your focus and your energy on one thing at a time. But the reason why we do that is because we have the Ten of Materials in reverse, which speaks of money, it speaks of community, it speaks of what it is that actually we are trying to get to, what we're trying to create here, whether it's stability financially or stability within our community, our family, our tribe. And then we have the Knight of Materials in reverse also, which is telling me we're going too fast. We're not being very present. We're getting caught up again in the material world. And one of those reasons is because of the past. Something from the past is arising. We have the Five of Materials, and it's in reverse with the Nine of Inspiration in reverse and the World in reverse. Because something hasn't completed its cycle yet. And it's almost as if, see the gates of like pleasure and the things that we desire, the gates of our desires. We've made it to the threshold, to the edge, yet we can't seem to like get all the way in there. She fell asleep. She's so tired. She's in the fetal position. There's this other darker energy that's kind of swirled around her. So this brings up fear, control, trying to control too much, exhausting ourselves. Yeah, we've been exhausting ourselves, trying to keep everything up in the air, trying to survive. Thank you. Survival mechanisms as well. Nine of Inspiration in reverse. Now, we are very resilient, but I feel as though this underneath the Five of Materials is saying like we've burned through our reserves. The World in reverse. 10 of Emotions in reverse. Wow, is everything in reverse here? Yeah, the Fool card. We're not quite where we intuitively we know that there's something so vastly different and big and huge. And again, like the gates, they're open. It's like those dreams where you're trying to run and it's like you're running in slow motion in quicksand and you can't quite get there. That's what I feel with this card. It's like, It's exhaustion, it's burnout, completely burnt out. What's going on out here? Dustin, just a reminder, we each and all are so loved and so important and so appreciated by so many beings. Your ancestors and angels are so proud of all of us. Being human is very difficult. It is, but we are never alone. This is the most challenging, difficult experience a soul can have, is to be on earth in the human body, in human form. So we've got so many. I mean, I received this at the lake today. So many. Like, keep going. We are here, cheering us on, applauding us. And it's just, when we're when we feel like we're drowning underwater, we can't feel that. We can't feel that upliftment. Now, we have the ups and downs. Like I said, Monday and Tuesday, I was high as could be as far as like really feeling good. I mean, not on drugs, just high vibrational. And I'm like, yes, of course, yeah, I should know better. They come up and down. Neither one state, you can't hold that state forever. We are in duality. We signed up to have challenges, and life is always going to throw us challenges, but we are learning to stand tall, stable ground within ourselves, and we don't have to control everything. This is one of the biggest messages, and it's really hard because this is one of the things that has been taught to us very strongly, that we go to school, we're taught that this is this way, and anybody that asks questions or thinks outside of the box, at least they used to, either fail the class or get punished or something, or called a troublemaker or a jokester or whatever. But say you make it through school, and so the program's already kind of in there. And then if you go to university, you're just like going to the next level of that schooling. And when you get out of there, and this is what has happened to a lot of the younger generation now, where they're getting out of university and they're realizing, like, what the hell did I just spend all of this money and all this time doing? The reality of the world has shifted so much. They're waking up really, really fast too. Well, we can't control anything. Not really, no. All right, let's get into another message. All right, we're going to go with this same deck here. There's another message for us here. And then we'll get I'll pull a card again or a few cards for maybe each of the elements, just to check in with the zodiac signs. And I know that one person did ask for a card to be pulled. If you have a specific question for yourself, save it for the end, but please put it in all caps so that I'm able to see it, and wait until the collective reading is done. Okay. What else do you have for us? All right. Many people may not feel like they are getting anywhere. You're going nowhere fast, but the sensation or the realization that where they are, whether this be home life, family life, work, you're not fitting in, you're not resonating anymore. For others, it's like I can't quite get to a place that a group of people or family dynamic or a community that I feel like I resonate with. This goes back to, okay. If you find yourself in this category or in this phase of life, understand that there are a lot of energies, a lot of planetary lineups. We've got Black Moon Lilith now in Sagittarius. We also have our own natal. We've got, okay, there's too many to mention, but there's a lot of energy, Chiron specifically with the square to Jupiter, that is trying to highlight to us are what we need to resolve within ourselves first. Whether this be your own self-imposed prison, your own negative self-talk, insecurities, doubt, fear, because really, truly, they're just saying authenticity over and over again. Really, truly, we have to come into our true authenticity and essence before we will fully have that connection with others and feel like we belong. The Emperor in reverse, Five of Emotions, the Chariot in reverse. So there's a lot of there's a lot of pain and probably not so good feelings towards the masculine energy. Mars is about to cross the heart of the sun tomorrow, Cazimi. Mars and Venus are only a degree apart, and they're all working with the sun. Mars, Venus, and the sun in Capricorn. And it's probably bringing to the surface some past painful experiences, whether it be father wound, whether it be, and you don't have, when I say masculine, this isn't necessarily gender, but Emperor in reverse, somebody who's tried to have control over you or had authority or control over you. And this is a masculine energy, whether it be man or woman, hasn't allowed you to move forward with your life as a soul. These emotions must be met and not suppressed. You see how she's holding on? It almost seems like she's holding on to the stream of water that is becoming ice. It's forming into ice. It's ice cold. It's solid. Again, they're showing me that when you're stuck in the past, you turn to stone. Medusa is probably very much aspected in this, I feel, in this mix as well. I don't know where Medusa is right now, but that would make sense. I feel that the wounds of the past are keeping some people really stuck, like frozen, because they're not allowing their true emotions to flow. And when we don't allow our emotions to flow, when we resist what continues to be brought to our attention, to allow it to come to the surface, to be transmuted, to be felt and released. See, there's a release, but it's met, frozen. When it's released, we move forward. When it's released, we gain new wisdom. We actually, it opens us up to the true wisdom that resides within us. Okay. There's a light within each and every one of us that is emanating outwardly. This light comes from our soul, comes from the truth. But there are certain emotions from the past that dim that light. Especially, I don't really see, oh, well, I do. The mind can play tricks on us. There's something from the past that needs to be resolved or reconciled with. Forgiven, accepted. Thank you, acceptance. Back to that word acceptance. When we can accept what has happened in the past and not allow it to continue to control us in the present and going forward in the future, eventually you come to natural forgiveness. Oh my. Okay. Group you're around negative 300 will find it hard to go back. So I think that if nobody has any questions, I'm going to just pull, I'm just going to, again, pull some cards for the elements right now. It's really hard for me to keep up with the chat on my end, and there's a little bit of a delay here on my side. But Dustin, Amy, and Jess are my moderators here, and there's a beautiful community here that are also very well versed and supportive and can also assist if anybody's in deep need. Hi for anybody that is new. Welcome to Be the Change. My name is Paige, and I hope that you continue to join us and you subscribe to the channel. We're just checking in with each other, checking in with the energies. All right. Who's going first? Fire. Fire signs are first. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. It's interesting. My fire's about to go out in my candle here. Whew. So interesting, the energies today. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, please. What's the message for them? Four voices. Take care of yourself. Nurture yourself. Rest. Slow down. Okay. Thank you. All right. So for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I like this message for you. Emotionally, it still feels like, if you're honest with yourself, like something's missing, and you probably know what it is. And sometimes we can't pinpoint exactly what is missing, but if you're not feeling a sense of complete and utter fulfillment, then something's missing. And we all have missing pieces to the puzzle right now. And that's important to remember. What this card always depicts is what feels like it's missing from you is actually something that is within you. Emotionally. So if you don't feel like you're met emotionally, but for example, are you meeting your emotions? Are you taking a deep dive and really allowing yourself to feel, and not just feel, not just analyze, but honor that those emotions are messengers. Our emotions are messengers. So if you take time to slow down, take care of yourself. I always love the depiction of this. She's in the bubble bath with some flowers. Surround yourself with things that are nurturing and sensual. I'm hearing the word sensual also. The senses. Nourish the senses. Calming the mind. Getting to a place of stillness, of presence. That's when the magic arises. High Priestess. See, when we overthink too much, we are not using our true intuition. This is for someone specific, but there are activations that are happening. They're saying light code activations. If you see the depiction in the back behind her, these symbols, everything is symbolic. When we're slow enough to really pay attention, we start to pick up and decode the symbols. We're still, eventually we're going to navigate life in a completely different way, where we're going to really be able to see, sense, feel, touch, experience so much more. But right now it's still like the birds, as we were talking about the birds, the symbology, how they can actually speak to us. So there's symbols, dreams also. They're saying dream time. Neptune, Neptune and Saturn, the very end of Pisces. You can't, this energy has been boiling and bursting to the seams to complete some really large cycles. The end of the zodiac, the 12th house, the end of Pisces. It's not easy. It can be really confusing until you really go within, deep within, and tap into that high priestess energy that we all have to and not overthink, but allow the decoding to happen. When you do this, this actually opens you up to a complete and utter elation, 10 of emotions, complete and utter fulfillment, remembering you're not alone. Look at all these people on stage just dancing and cheering on to this mandala. So that's for the fire signs. You're not putting yourself first, I'm also hearing. You have to be first. If you're giving of yourself to others and not putting yourself first, you're not doing yourself any give yourself grace, but you're not doing yourself any favors in this energy right now. Absolutely, I can take super chat for sure. Thank you very much. All right, so who's next? We should go to Earth, I suppose, is what I'm hearing. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. What message do we have for the Earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So pay attention, all of us, all signs, to any fears, any doubts, any worries, any insecurities, imposter syndrome, all of those things that may, like there's a lot of trickster energies swirling around. Where was that card, that depiction of the energies? It's like, let's see if we can get to you. It's very snake-like. And again, we're at the end of the tail of that snake energy of 2025. All right. Earth signs. What's the message for Earth signs, please? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay. I like this. I really like this for you. Ooh, I just got like an amazing, oh, thank you so much. I will definitely answer your question too. Kaiser, thank you for that super chat. What's Erica Pisces' true current thoughts, intentions towards me, Scorpio? And what does she truly want out of this connection? Okay, so we'll get to you when we're done with the earth signs. Earth signs, I really love this because it seems as though you're not trying to be in control anymore. I don't feel like this is a loss of control. It may feel a little unusual, uncomfortable, but what we have, the Emperor in reverse at the bottom, masculine and the Empress is the first card out. There's Mars and Venus right there. They got the chills. So right now, the Venus energy is working through you. Hardcore. Connecting you to your creativity, your heart, your passion, your intuition, the connection to the all, the connection to the cosmos. And you're feeling it. You're really feeling it. You're getting almost into embodiment of this. What this is doing for you is allowing you to go a little deeper into like, who am I? Who am I really in the scheme of all this? What's really going on? What did I believe before? What would I like to experience now? It's almost like Jekyll and Hyde, yin and yang, and you may have been so used to being in the Emperor, which earth signs would embody more masculine, I feel. Not all, of course, but because it's the embodiment of the earth, of the structure. Specifically Capricorn we're talking about because it's ruled by Saturn, but take it as it resonates. This is a switch. This is like, oh, it's a remembering. Oh, I remember that music speaks to me. I remember I have I like to watch a sunset. I love, I am touched by, emotionally touched by words and poetry, however it resonates for you. And here we are, your higher self, you're meeting your higher self, which is here to guide you and lead the way and show you the way. It's beautiful energy. Continue to allow this. I feel like you're allowing it, that whatever inner protector, ego, the internal manager has kind of like let go of the reins and said, you know, you do have another side to you. You do have, there are more parts to you than just this. And this is like you're opening up to that. So that's beautiful. All right. Let's take a break from the elements. Actually, let's finish. If you don't mind, Kaiser, I'm going to finish with the elements and I'm going to get to your question then. So we only have 2 more. If you don't mind. Oh, there are a lot of, hold on, bear with me. Just nasty stuff going on here. Sorry. Doing a little housekeeping myself. All right. Okay. I didn't go much further, but water signs. This might help you also if you're a water sign, if you're asking about a water sign, but let's get into the water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. What's the message for the water signs? water signs. Thank you. All right. Some message for the water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Ooh. Okay. Water signs. The overall energy is the Devil card. Don't be afraid. The Devil card really speaks of patterns, things that keep you stuck, things that keep you trapped, things that play you like a puppet. This could be codependency, fear, the need to control, hypervigilance, I'm hearing for some. Just all the ways that you have been controlled by outside forces and even yourself. We have the Ace of Emotions as the first card out. Ace of Cups. Starting to really feel a sense of love for self. And this is a new stage of self-love. It's also a card of love, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. And what I really love about this is we have the Muse. Whenever the Muse comes out, this is more than a major arcana. Muse of Materials. When you tap in to this beautiful energy of love, you're also connecting to angelic support. You see, they're ushering, you're on the bridge right now between the past and your future, the old version of yourself and where you're going to. And they are guiding you. They're like, right this way. Look how beautiful it is on the other side. It's a sunset, there's flowers, there's a great opening. And so you're connecting. When you connect to the heart, when you connect to love, you connect to so much more that is here to help lead us to true love. The Chariot, you're moving fast too. You're breaking patterns, breaking habits, breaking free from old addictions possibly for some, and it doesn't have to be substance addictions, but all kinds of addictions. Escapism, that's coming up really strong, maybe for some of the Pisces out there. Just patterns of avoidance, escapism, numbing out. No, I want to feel it all. I want to be free. And you're moving beyond all of that. Yeah. People pleasing. Yeah. And you think you got through it, and then here comes another test and you're like, oh man, I have to stand strong again. It gets easier and easier though, right? It gets so much easier. So yes, we have to be brave to cross that bridge, but we're not doing it alone. We are not doing it alone. That's right. All right. Last element is last but not least, air. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. What do we have for air signs? Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. See if you guys got over the overthinking. Or just trying to be right. Okay. Pop quizzes here in Earth School. That's right. What do we have for the air signs? Two of Materials. Okay. We got some major arcana here. Okay. I'm hearing you really need to have faith, air signs. Complete and utter faith. Faith in the journey, faith in the unknown, faith and trust in yourself. Become more playful. What brings you to life? What puts you back in your heart? You know, sometimes I just have to turn on certain music and I'm like, oh, here I am again. I mean, it's different for everyone, but what brings you back to that playful spirit of like childlike wonder, right? Here we are with two of materials, juggling or in between, in and out of like true, authentic, yeah, this is me. And of course, we're not always going to be on that high flying vibration all the time, but what this is really depicting here is that there is a sense of suspension, being hung upside down. Really, truly, what this is illuminating or showing you is your patterns of behavior, which for a lot of the air signs can be over analyzing, analysis paralysis, overthinking. We have the Chariot as well. We have 3 major arcana for you guys. So something is really pushing you beyond mostly your whole life. And sometimes these things are so hidden from us, or they're just so repetitive that it feels, I hate to use the word normal, but it just feels normal. But then you realize like, oh, I'm sabotaging myself because I'm just going back to the old way, or overanalyzing, overthinking, questioning everything. It's not bad to question everything, but again, I heard right off the bat, you had to have some trust and some faith in the unknown. Get more into a playful spirit. Get into your heart. You're about to cross the finish line. We all are. We all are about to cross the finish line. Trust that. We're just not quite all the way there yet. So we've got some more, stuff from our past that has been embedded in us that we're really getting ushered through all of this. But you guys for sure, air signs. Yeah. So good. Beautiful. In and out, up and down, juggling between your old self and then your new self, where you want to be. That's not a bad thing. It's just not where you want to be. Just says all of it. Okay, so let's get back to Kaiser's question. What's Erica Pisces' true current thoughts, intentions towards me, Scorpio, and what does she truly want out of this connection? Okay. And with Pisces in the very last, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, in the very last degree of Pisces, it can be very confusing. Things can be very confusing right now, especially in the realms of relationship and connection. And this is where we do get tested on our own insecurities and the way that we think about ourselves and the way that we believe other people to be. But let's see what the cards say. Well, the first card I see is the Awakening card here. 6 of Emotions. All right. There's a lot of playfulness. I feel that you two connect on a level of your inner child. And that is where the awakening begins, because we usually well, not everybody. Some people have like a rude awakening, either through death or tragedy, but others, it's through these connections that connect us back to the heart, connect us back to our innocence and our inner child. And that's where the grand awakening begins. And others may resonate with this as well. We are all interconnected. All right. Okay. All right. So as far as intentions go, I feel as though you really want to go slow and connect at this level of innocence and playfulness. And really hone in on that, because for both of you, it's going to awaken you to your true nature, to your soul's essence. We do have Temperance, which does speak of coming to more of a balanced state, emotionally, energetically, mentally. It also does speak of duality and balancing between the light and dark within oneself. And if you're in a shared connection, the shadow and the light of each other, one another. We do have Ace of Voices, which is telling me that it is really hard to mentally grasp exactly what this is about, because this feels very new. But it also, Ace of Voices in reverse, and there's the owl. The owl is wise. The owl sees in the dark, can see from high above at a high vantage point. When you allow yourselves to play, to get in touch with that innocence, that inner child, and go slow, allow the energy to balance out the shadow within each and every each of you. I know that the Ace of Voices in reverse, it's talking about also communication and maybe not really able to put words to the experience that you're having, or maybe this person, maybe she is having a difficult time articulating or expressing verbally what she's feeling, because she's still, you both are still newly having this experience. It's not even new, it's a remembering. Again, it's a remembering. It's like, I've known you before. It's a cosmic connection, a soul connection. It's a soul connection meant to bring you both back to life. The sun was in reverse, just speaking of like maybe not living on your complete power and vital life force energy. So again, I feel if we're talking about intentions, there's a very innocent, beautiful intention here. And I think that if you go slow, if you trust and feel into the connection, you're going to have a much better understanding as to what you both are meant to show each other and teach each other, possibly about your childhood or the inner child with it. So I hope that helped. I hope that was helpful. So with all of that, let's get one final message for us all to complete this connection. And I really feel called to, I really need to bust out more of my oracle cards in the other room. All right. Oracle of the Seven Energies. We're going to finish that. We're going to go with that. Relationships are mirrors, cosmic mirrors. And when we can have that understanding, sometimes we reflect to each other what's been hidden as far as our deepest wounds and scars and shadow. So not take it personally and not assume that somebody is trying to do something to harm. That's something we should instinctively and intuitively already know before we connect with others. And usually when we are in our heart and our intuition, we'll know pretty soon whether we're supposed to be in a connection or not. Thank you. All right, final message for us all. Midweek. I really feel like there's something that's about to appear on the 9th for like a giant awakening or opening. Is today? No. Was that yesterday? Three-Eye Atlas. Somebody had mentioned Three-Eye Atlas was... Oh, thank you, Dustin. Love you. I think Three-Eye Atlas was coming close to Jupiter? I don't know. I can't keep up with it all now. Final message for us all. Thank you. Okay. It's a good one. Let it go. This is it. Ending of the shedding of the skin, the snake, completion. There are times in life when you must forgive, lest you become a hostage to your anger, frustration, disappointments, and resentments. This is not about condoning bad behavior or minimizing a hurt done to you. Forgiveness is simply a commitment to stop telling an old story so you don't carry its burden anymore. If you don't forgive, old hurts fester and become distorted, causing you pain over and over again. You become trapped in a prison of your own making, tied to the story that you were a victim. It's time to cut the invisible cords attaching you to the situation and preventing you from moving forward. The truth is, you are victimizing yourself every time you recreate the unresolved hurt in your mind or speak of it with friends. Rather than allow this folly to repeat, surrender the situation to your higher power. Now is the time for radical forgiveness. Say no to drama in all forms and forgive yourself and others for engaging in it. Consider the ancient Hawaiian practice known as Ho'oponopono. This simple prayer is a beautiful way to begin the process of forgiveness. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's based on the idea that we are all responsible for the reality we see in the world. If something is awry, whether it's your perception, your emotional reactions, your judgment, and so forth, it's up to you to clean it up. Forgiveness is the key to a liberated and meaningful life. No matter what method you choose, just do it. Yes, the hummingbirds. I love it. More symbology. So let's all forgive. Let it all go. Oh, you're watching the recording. Oh, sorry you got disconnected. Thank you, Amy. Yes, for anybody else looking for a personal read, You can definitely check the description box. My email is in there. Shoot me an email. I'll send you over the different options and prices, or catch me on the next live. Every now and then I'll pull a card for somebody here and there, but I do really like to keep it collective and zodiac. But yeah, let's all work towards freeing ourselves from our past. The past happened, but we are not what happened to us. This is time to begin anew, begin fresh, creating a new reality, a true reality that is more in alignment with ourselves and our soul than anything that we've ever experienced in the past. So that's what I have for us all. I'm so glad that you all were here. Thank you so much for connecting. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your comments. Sending everyone strength and love. We've got this. We've got this. We are at the threshold of something brand new. Keep telling yourself that. Don't give up. Don't give up on your truth. Don't give up on yourself. A lot of times we'll fall back into old ways. Don't negative self-talk. Don't shame yourself. Let that go too. It's part of the journey. It's part of the process. As long as we don't get stuck there, we're good. So sending you all so much love. And until next time, have a great night or day, wherever you are in the world. So much love. Take care. Bye.